Okay guys, I'm going to make another video today. It's about, I've given up on some of my dreams, but one of my dreams that I still hold passionately sometimes is being a film critic. Now, a few days ago I talked to Craig Bennett here in Australia. He's like a film entertainment sort of guy, reporter I guess you'd call it. He works on Channel 10 here in Australia. And he told me it's almost impossible to get a gig on TV as a film critic and stuff like that. Now, I've always been jealous of some of the top film critics here in Australia that I do like, and I'm a big fan of them, of course. Marc, Fennell, David Stratton, people like that. Now Jabba Smith has actually taken over a lot more of it as well. Margaret Pomeranz still has her TV show as well on Fox. Foxtel, and Marc Fennell had his on Triple J and the ABC and all that sort of stuff. He's on the feed now at SBS. But it's hard to make it as a film critic online as well, because you're competing against hundreds and hundreds of film critics and TV critics online as well. And you're not going to get recognised. It's almost impossible to even get a gig of money out of it, and get paid for a job as a living for it. Because most people don't take you seriously, and most people don't want to listen to what you hear if you've got a sort of weird voice like I do. I mean, that's the problem as well. I've done hundreds of views. I've watched, thousands of movies that I'm big fans of, even today, that I watch, certain movies online, like Harry Potter and stuff like that. Harry Potter and, this Chamber of Secrets here on 4K, I've got thousands and thousands of movies, but the problem is most people aren't going to look at you if there's others already out there a lot better, like Chris Struckman and all that sort of stuff from the United States, or Jeremy Jahns, or others like that, or Cool Duder, or Wet Movie One. Some of those guys, are more taken seriously. They've got thousands and thousands of views, but they've been, recognised and been on YouTube and stuff like that for, over a decade now. And most of those guys are taken more seriously and stuff like that. Whereas people like me aren't taken seriously whatsoever, because we just created new channels and we haven't got many views or follows. So it's almost ridiculous and almost stupid that things like that can't happen. You're not going to get a job like that on TV. It's almost impossible. It's the problems of trying to follow your dreams, knowing that your dreams might not even happen because of it. And that's what I'm thinking. I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a video games and film critic as well, but I just gave up on some of that because it's almost impossible to do that. I'm 31, I'm married, single, virgin, no one's going to take me seriously. I did the thing on Triple J here in Australia to become a film critic on here, but I never won that. Either I put in a crappy review, or they didn't hear from me, I didn't watch my videos, or nothing like that. I mean, someone else won that job. There is another guy that went for a similar job, but he did it online. His name was Kane. Yeah, he works for another studio. He gets to do that for a living, and that's fine. But it's hard to compete against people that are younger than you, that are better than you, that think that they know everything like you do, and you end up being envious and jealous of them because they get to do it for a living, where you got to do an odd-end job for a living. I mean, that's just stupidity, really. This world is unfair and unjust, of course. There is so much injustice, but yeah, I mean, my review that I just put up here just then, it's not going to be taken seriously, I know that. And it's about Spartacus, one of my favourite movies by Stanley Kubrick. And I feel that, it's just something that nobody will look at, this is upsetting me a lot, being envious and jealous of people for a very long time, not getting what I want out of it, or the stuff I've always wanted. That's a problem as well. I mean, no one's going to hire you for a job like that. You know, it's impossible to get recognised online these days, and I've talked about that before. You know, things like that. Just people don't want to recognise you for anything these days, unless you say something stupid or you got opinions that are biased or unbiased. They're not going to take you seriously. That's what I mean. And there's always stupid cults and everything like that. I mean, they control most of the media. I mean, it's hard.